In 2020, Practice Disrupted set out to explore the evolution of architectural practice in a changing world. We interviewed over 20 thought leaders who shared insights on change in their careers, business management, and their practices from a pre-COVID world.
And that was a big part of going into film, is that I felt like it was more accessible than doing architecture, I looked at it like people are more aware or exposed to the house in Fight Club than they are of a Tadao Ando building.
Particularly on the architectural side, it's actually most common that if you're coming off of one type of project, you're not going right on to another project of that same type. And that's intentional as a way of keeping people on their toes and thinking with fresh eyes about each type of project and possibility.
What I've been hearing a lot from people who have been forced to work from home is that that's been a real challenge, that they want to go back into the office because they feel like there's so much missing and they feel disconnected and a lack of culture. And that's totally understandable when you have a company that wasn't set up to support virtual culture. I mean, it is something that you have to understand and plan for from the get-go, that you're not going to be able to depend on having this in-person connection and lean on that you have to be very intentional about setting up a culture and making it clear and transparent.
In Season 2, we'll continue to expand our reach to discover how the pandemic has continued to shift architectural practice in a post-COVID world and how we navigate this change. Welcome back to Practice Disrupted.
In 2021, we'll explore what makes a successful hybrid practice, look at how the pandemic has shifted our industry, and learn from more leaders outside of our profession who can help accelerate our ability to navigate change.
All architecture firms are knowledge-based firms. A lot of times when I'll give a talk and I'll start talking about knowledge management, it's like a fish that's in water that doesn't realize it's in water, and then it looks around, it's like, oh yeah, we're swimming in knowledge, right? That is what we are doing here. Firms are constantly building new things and learning new things. They're learning new software, they're using new materials, they're designing new building types, they're using new assemblies. There's just all this kind of learning and innovation happening.
The next item in the ledger to the blockchain is that it is mathematically tied to the previous item. So as you build these blocks and as they're tied mathematically to each other, you can't just take one out of the middle because it actually blows up the equation. And where it ties nicely to architecture is that we don't create a sheet, a BIM model. We actually create a sheet and then we improve upon it, we revise it. We're not done with these artifacts we create until the construction is done. So there's a lot of value in knowing, and there is a timestamp with this, I should add. So it's not only the item and where it is in the stack, but it's when that item was added to the stack.
Our guests will help our listeners continue to explore new ideas and opportunities in their careers and businesses. We're giving listeners an opportunity to ask experts their questions and get responses. Stay subscribed to the show and tune in for the launch on January 21st, 2021.